Might as well forfeit, your team shouldn't even show up. What you want to be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position.
A coach take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Elliott. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Bell. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And the return will stop right around the 25. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. The first down carry by Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the Jets' 27-yard line.
Now Rosen looking to throw. This one caught by Davis. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. On first down, Elliott, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Tackle made that time by Christian Sam.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Bell. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Watch a slap, watch a slap. Watch a 22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber. Smooth.
Off play action. Galloway. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. On 4th down, Galloway. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. They were caught in no man's land that time, but the decision to go for it, that was the right one. It's a first down.
The 34-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Greystone, travel. Ready?
Now a draw play. This is Bell. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. 2nd and 11.
Aaron Donald's secret, if there is one, to his play, his ability to contort his body in such a way that you can't get a good, clean block on him. He slides through holes and slides past blockers and makes plays just as we saw there.
On first down, Galloway. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up. on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Back to throw. Galloway. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Hey, Haywood! Snap!
On 4th down, Galloway. Safarian Jenkins has it. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. Rosen and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. On 2nd and 2, Rosen. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? It's certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Pull it high.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10.
Come on, set. 10-2, sir. He's not going to get me.
Off the play fake. Galloway sliding out of the pocket. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On the double. 55. Come on, D. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight back. Get it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Galloway. Left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Recon, 132-5.
Looking to throw. Galloway. Yeah, he'll find Hall.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Go! 18 Gator. Watch the run, watch the run.
On second down now. It's Coleman, and he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And Bullock will put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least 1 home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check 3. Check 3.
On second down and 4. Rosen got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. A Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Now this one complete to Corey Davis. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey, come on now. Check 99. Check 99.
On third down, Elliott slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out, and he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Bell with a first down carry there as he'll get about 4 out of that. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
2nd and 6 at the 46-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
There you are. Not today. Hey, box truck.
The final shot before break. Galloway going right side here, and that's complete. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. A big play there on the catch and run, and even 60 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Aaron Donald in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
The reception good for 7. It's third down. Throwing on third and long. Galloway eluding the pressure right. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on second and goal? They'll try and run it in with Bell. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. They'll try again with Bell. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go. Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some.
On third down, it's Elliott. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
Tighten up. Alert. Mike 5'9. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go.
They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Avery Williamson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Middle. Hey, wahoo! Mike's 59. I'm coming after you. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Watch the pass. Here we go.
3rd and long here for Rosen. Going for the deep ball. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Now a pass taken in by the tight end Herndon. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 29, Rosen. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Corey Davis, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This fielded at the 2. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back to throw. Galloway, he's going to fire one deep left sideline. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Check 43.
This is Bell. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead. With that last carry, he's now over 8,000 career rushing yards.
All right, big applause. Lots of clapping for this one, right? Think about it this way. Along the way, he has passed Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, and now he's starting to approach another Hall of Famer in Larry Zonka.
Looking to throw. Galloway on the crossing route, complete. That's Hall. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 41-yard line. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, exit. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52.
Back to throw. Galloway. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd and 3. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Let's put that team on the bus. Undercut. Zoom. Undercut.
On 1st and 10, Galloway escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets have once again taken the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them. So
a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Throwing on first down. Galloway. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the return will stop right around the 25. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver, and now it's second down. And now it's Rosen looking. He's going to let this one go deep. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Let's go. Ready.
Here's Bell. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. Again, it's Bell. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Check 52 the mic.
Looking to throw. Galloway going deep now. And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. It's first and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Go.
Now Bell. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
This is where coaches have to spend a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
Check 24. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Now.
They'll go again with Bell. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
A loss of 4 yards. Brings up 4th and goal.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it toward the pylon. Caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Austin Safarian-Jenkins. His first touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. One more extra point attempt for good measure. It's up and it's good as they tack on one more to what's going to be a very satisfying victory. So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for the Jets, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season, and they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.